Oh, hey guys. Sorry, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Welcome back to the Wildlings show, where Mark is a bit stressed because he's getting prepared for tonight's sail. This week we're going to sail to the island next door.
I'm not stressed.
Well, then why don't you just explain to us what we're gonna do tonight?
There's not enough time and there's things to do. I want to check the shaft, I want to check the motor, potentially do the oil change, or could maybe potentially leave that till a little bit later. I don't know. Yeah, we're going to sail to Menorca at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning because it's the only weather window. And yeah, we never want to use the engine even though it's good. We don't want to use it. So
sailing is much better and more comfortable in
faster,
another way. Yeah.
Quieter.
More peaceful. And arriving early, we escape the unwanted swell by tackling into it instead of bobbing around with no wind.
What she said. So we're in the guest bedroom, which is where our starboard motor is. And this isn't the one that's making the tapping sound, which was in last week's video. I was diving down around the boat and checking everything, and there is a tiny bit of play in the Cutlass bearing, so I'm just draining out the water here because obviously it's got a little stern gland, so that is going to leak. It's normal for it to leak, and I'm just going to keep an eye on how much water gets in. The Cutlass bearing is a pretty major thing. If it goes, you need to haul the boat out, so I think we're pretty much going to need to haul the boat out after summer. Not after summer, in winter we're going to have to haul it out.
Okay.
So this is the first time that I've sponged it, so there's hardly any water coming in.
Yeah.
But it's just, if I completely drain it, then we can keep an eye on exactly how much, but since we've had the boat, I've not done this. So
I think a good time would be like tomorrow. We will look.
Yeah, after
the sail.
Yeah.
Have you ever drained the other side?
No, but I'm going to do that as well.
Nice.
I'm going to see if I can see if the shaft is straight, or try and identify what the bumping noise is.
Oh, nice.
But the Cutlass bearing on that side is absolutely fine. There's no play in it at all, so it's really strange. I think that's probably a litre, because you've got little markings on it.
Yeah. Nice.
About a litre over quite a lot of sailing.
Cross-country sailing.
In fact, yeah, it might not be leaking enough. You never know.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's a rate of drops per minute, and it's like half a drop per minute or something.
And that is a good thing?
Yeah, because it lubricates the wax, and you're supposed to have a bit of a drip. No, it doesn't lubricate the wax. I'm talking absolute nonsense. But it needs to be moist with seawater. The design is that water comes in and it should leak a little bit.
That's cool.
So here's the offending motor. It's so difficult. The mounting seems really secure.
Are there much leak?
I would say maybe a little bit less than the other one.
Yes.
I'm just spinning it with my hand.
There's not really any sound. Oh, it's that sound.
No, it's not that. But as I move it, I can see the motor moves a little bit.
Really?
But that could be normal. I'll go check if it's the same in the other one. Can you see it move?
Is it the same?
It doesn't move as much when I spin that. I don't know, it could be the shaft of the other motor. Perhaps it's not aligned properly, but it was never a problem before. It never made that sound before. I think it's maybe the lower mounting bolt, maybe.
Got loose.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel loose, but I feel like this motor's been taken off and there's a backing plate there maybe, and maybe because the backing plate got wet, it might have just got a bit soft, and I don't know.
You can see it move a little.
I'm really not sure what it is really. Like, if it's the mounting, then would it still move if the shaft was straight? So I don't know. We didn't hit anything because when I twist it, the motor moves. So is the shaft bent, or is it just because it's not screwed down properly? I don't know. It's difficult to know without taking the motor off. So that's just a huge job. Like, I don't even know how you'd get to those bolts underneath there. It would just be a nightmare. I think and I hope it's nothing too serious. I mean,
it's kind of like the old TV when it just have glitch. You just slap on it.
Just bash it.
Yeah, just bash it.
Should we just knock it with a hammer?
Sounds like similar amount as the other side.
The thing is, a lot of people suggested to check the shaft with a straight edge, but you've got about that much shaft, so it wouldn't be an accurate test. I mean, it would have to be bent at just that exposed point, but if it's bent, then it'll be probably a longer bend.
I'm on the master bedroom. One thing with both works is just you have to bend in very, very weird ways for a long time because it's very difficult to access. I'm sure all of you would understand this because every bolt has like the hardest reaching point.
3 or 4 spots that you never ever want to check.
Yeah.
But it always invariably is that spot. Hi.
Hi.
I'll just check the oil with our new dipstick, which works tremendously. We're basically on the same level that we were at, so it's like at the lowest level, but it's going to be okay. So when we get to Menorca and we have a bit of time, we shall fill up. Alright, it's 3:40 in the morning. Hopefully there's no wind coming into this anchorage, but hopefully there is wind out there. So we're gonna head out in a matter of minutes. Got the sails up.
The motor started sounding really weird, just all of a sudden.
So we're pretty demoralised. The weather forecast completely wrong, like completely wrong. Wrong direction. And we checked a few and they're all saying the same stuff. The wind was supposed to come from over there and it's coming from over there at about 3 knots. And we've just got this swell, so we have to decide what to do, whether to carry on or just turn back. I have a feeling we might turn back, give it 20 minutes. It feels silly because if we've done 8 miles, it's 30 miles to the destination, we'd have to do 8 miles back. That's 16 miles, that's half of the trip. The engine drop in revs was a bit worrying, but we think it's normal. I mean, I'm not sure. Everything seems fine, so yeah. It's a bit worrying. Sometimes I wish we just had a fault-free boat, if there was such a thing. But yeah, nice sunset about to happen at least.
We abandoned our goal today. We're turning back. But we're not turning back to the same spot, just to make us feel a bit better of turning back. We're turning back to just over the hill, the other side of the Alcudia Bay, which is called Polanca.
Palenza.
Nice. And we have some weird wind coming from a completely different direction than the forecast.
Yeah. So we're actually like close hauled sailing into the swell.
Yeah.
And we're doing. Ooh.
Just then we were doing close to 3 knots.
Yeah.
But now it's 0.7. 1.4. I don't know about this anymore.
Yeah.
No reaching the destination, but a beautiful sunrise. It's like an cooked egg yolk emerging from the horizon. And it has to be a cooked duck egg yolk. Wow, so pretty. The lens cannot capture the fiery redness of the newly rising sun. I thought I got demoted because of the choice of turning back and finding wind on the way back, but it seems like we had like 10 minutes of 4 knots with the wind, and now it's flapping around again.
Some weird stuff going on. We decided to turn back towards Menorca because the wind picked up a bit, but it's just a bloody nightmare. So our destination was Menorca. We turned around, then the wind picked up from a different direction than was forecast. We thought we could broad reach it, but the Mistral swell has just made things completely rolly and uncomfortable. Nadiana's feeling seasick now, which is such a shame, and you know, it's not that good, it's not nice. We're running now with the swell and the breeze a little bit, and we're just gonna go essentially back from where we came to in last week's video. It's 10 miles, we're doing about 3.6 knots, so 2 or 3 hours we should get there. Nadiana can have a bit of rest. We've had like 3 hours sleep. Yeah.
I'm feeling a bit defeated for turning back. Do you think?
Well, this bay is nice and calm.
Yeah.
The water is so clear.
Yeah.
We actually came 20 miles and our destination was 36 miles, but we did 20 more comfortable miles. We could have carried on for another 16 miles at like between 3 and 4 knots, punching into the waves. It would have taken 5 more hours, and it's just like, we'd rather sail.
We were so tired, I think we didn't get to sleep.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2 hours only.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just drained. I just feel drained as well.
Yeah.
After a few hours of recuperating nap, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm learning English fast. Now we understand why Spanish are famous for siestas, which is afternoon nap, because it's really torching outside. But we're gonna go release our little Yoshi King for his pee-pee and poo-poo.
He is waiting. He's just been waiting on the back step.
What did you find on this nudist beach?
Found a hole. A deep, dark hole.
There is a viewpoint, I think. Is it scary?
No.
You wanna take? Film.
Oh, thank you. Whoa. What is this thing?
He obviously just wanna stay here. Look at him. Hot dog.
Is he just chilling in the bush?
You wanna play? You wanna play? You wanna play? No? Okay. Don't create dust then.
Here we see what looks like a piece of dirt, but it's actually a little grasshopper.
Our one-pot dinner. A mixed style of chicken, cumin with fish sauce, and also a Chinese oyster sauce, soy sauce. Since we're heading to Greece this winter, we're gonna culture ourselves a little bit with Lidl's Greek selection. This is called vine leaf stuffed with rice and pomegranate syrup and tomato.
We have only the best canned food on board. So we've got a friend coming from Menorca, so we're going to sail over to Menorca tomorrow. Actually, there's just no weather windows to sail there, so we're going to motor, so lots of stuff to do. We're just going to enjoy the day in this bay, get everything cleaned up, clean the cockpit. The solar panels are an absolute nightmare. Take care of the boat a little bit, I'll change the oil, get ready for a bit of a motor tomorrow. I think once we get into a really settled anchorage and before we make any trips to Sardinia, I might take the motor off, dismount it, take all the bolts off, try and get it off, and then just see what's going on with the mounting plate, because I'm sure it's the mount. It has to be the mount. There can't be an internal gearing problem. I can't imagine it. So yeah, that's the jobs that we need to do. Check out these solar panels. So when it rains, it usually carries some Sahara sand or dust, and it just rains down on the boat. All the windows on the boat are a mess as well. Obviously water is our number one prized resource, so I'm going to just wash these with salt water and then just give them a little rinse with a bit of fresh water from Yoshi's squirter bottle. And then the same with the decks. I don't know whether to wash them with salt water because they've got all this rain dust on them and it's just filthy. Also, another thing as well, we're going to put our fenders away because we're never in marinas anyway, and they look trampy, as a few of you have commented, including you, Justin.
Now it's all nice and dust free.
We need to find a space for these.
Our boat is just too messy.
Wow, that's disgusting. Maybe I should go swimming with it, what do you think?
First boy in. We got 2 big ones. Don't have space for them. Maybe we can use the back locker.
Yeah. Just for the record, this is just dirt, it's not oil or like anything not marine friendly-ish. It's just a lot of rain and algae, so just gonna brush it off in the sea.
It's so beautiful. You're doing the best job. Cleaning job in paradise. Clumsy is one of Mark's cute points. Our king is just chilling.
So I'm gonna go clean the propellers a bit, check the crack on the skeg, check the Cutlass bearing on the other side as well. Yeah, just do a few little checks for our big motor tomorrow.
She just dropped it. I hope I caught it on camera.
Just had a bit of an oil leak from the timing case, which is the cogs in front of the fuel pump, and I've just been tightening them up. They were a little bit loose, not loose, but they could have been nipped up a bit more, so hopefully that's the reason why it's been leaking there.
But is your hand too big to reach in?
I've done 5 of the 6 ones.
Yeah.
And they were quite difficult. This one is next to the fuel filter, so it's like impossible.
I can also see a tiny bit of your action through the pipes.
So hopefully this pumps out well.
Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. I think it's gonna. Ooh.
Is it?
Ooh.
The pump is much improved, but it will be interesting to see how much oil we can get out of it.
So black. Are they naturally black?
No, it goes in like a nice olive oil.
Oh.
It comes out like black, dark mess.
The evidence of experience.
Yes. So I ran the engine before just to heat up the oil. Doesn't feel that hot, but now it feels like I'm at the bottom. How many litres is this?
6.
5. 5?
So it's about 2 or 3 liters in there.
No way.
Don't make a mess, don't make a mess, don't make a mess. We've got gas, we've got gas, we've got gas.
Oh, I'm going to try and get some more. Oh, it's so hot. Flipping heck. Woo! So I'm using mineral oil. A lot of people in the comments of the last video said, why are you so bothered about using mineral oil? Use synthetic, it's modern, it's better. However, I've been given the advice from the guru of these engines, who worked with these engines all his life, in unimogs and tractors and boats, and he said, absolutely use mineral grade oil. He didn't say why, but I had a little Google, and apparently some of the newer oils go down to a thinner viscosity, which can make older engines leak. However, the viscosity level is like 15W40, so I'm guessing the mineral and the synthetic is the same, but I don't know. This guy really knows his stuff, so I'm going to take his advice.
Yeah. Experience always speaks the best.
This is because of my bad finger. Ever since this finger of... do you want to see my finger?
You want me to give you a hand? Yeah.
Oh, wait.
You sure it's a finger?
Yeah. So I like to take the rocker cover off so that you can just pour it in without using the filter, because it takes ages with the filter. Oh, hopefully I get this right. Whoops. A bit of a drop. It's really thin because it's been out in the sun.
Doesn't look black at all.
No. The temperature sensor, or we're not getting temperature, so I'm just checking. Just checking if we're getting power to the wire that comes to the sender. And we're getting 7 volts. I would have thought that we would get 12 volts. Alright, I might just ask you to flick the switch when I say so.
Okay.
Try and trace it. Ready? It's about 7, but I think that's a sending wire. So
Yeah.
I can't work out what that is with the temperature sensor. However, this has happened before and it just miraculously started working again. So who knows? The oil is filled up. I'll run the engine a little bit and just check the level. But yeah, good bit of work done. This episode was kindly sponsored by you guys for watching. Thank you very much. And also to you guys who've been to our coffee and PayPal, helping us to keep going, helping us to be even less frugal than we already are. So thank you so much to you guys. Yeah, as you can see from this episode, the sail probably didn't look that bad on camera. It wasn't the worst that we've had, but it was just so demoralising and uncomfortable. And yeah, obviously you can see we don't like motoring with the oil leaks and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty nasty sometimes. In next week's episode, we'll cross over to Menorca and then hopefully over to Sardinia. We've not crossed yet, so fingers crossed on that one. We're getting everything ready now and trying to get sorted. But yeah, still a lot of problems kind of unresolved. But there you go. That's the life on a project boat. Okay, thanks for watching this week. See you next week.